What's up guys, Double G Bassin here, back with another video. And today we are going to be looking at the 5 biggest bass ever caught. Largemouth bass. The green bass. A largie. So now I want you to imagine your PB in your head. Now the fish that we're going to be covering today are way bigger than that, I'm assuming. Mine is 6 pounds and these fish are more than double that. It's going to be a great video. I hope you guys enjoy. And before we get started, remember I'm doing a $500 cash giveaway. All you got to do, go buy a $20 hat. These are my hats from the link in the description below and you will be entered into the $500 cash giveaway. So, without further ado, let's get right into the 5th biggest bass ever caught. Coming in at number 5, we have Robert Krupe. Robert lives in Los Angeles, California. He's 50 years old, and he is a big, tall, burly man. He's got tattoos all over, and he's a motorcycle cop, which makes this story even better and even cooler. Now, the day was March 9th, 1990. Robert was fishing Castaic Lake, which is what he's been doing since 1977. He's already been fishing this lake for more than 12 years at this point, back in 1990. And you know, you can fish a lake so many times before you really get a grasp of where the fish are in this lake. Where are the best spots? What's the best lures to throw? So he definitely wasn't going in blind on what to do, what to throw. So he knew what he was doing. But he took off of work for a whole week just to go out there and fish. He was fishing on this lake from 6 a.m. until 5 p.m. every single day for 5 days straight. He was sitting on his bass boat in a little lagoon part of this lake. And this lake is pretty much just a reservoir in a desert, which is 45 minutes north of Los Angeles, California. Now, Robert's been fishing here for 12 years, so obviously he knows what works the best. And today he was throwing a live crawfish, which every kind of bass loves crawfish, especially live ones. So he put this crawfish on a hook, tossed it out like 15 feet in front of the boat, and then he's just kind of jigging the line a little bit, not really the rod, just giving it little twitches with the line in the same spot. And he's sitting there for 5 hours so far this day, and that's when he saw it. He actually saw the fish before he even caught it. So he casted his crawfish right in front of this bass. Shockingly, but also not shockingly at the same time, it absolutely smoked it. And he fought this fish for like 8 to 10 minutes. He was peel and drag. He was obviously freaking out. Good thing he brought his net that day. Scooped it up in the net. Immediately, he knew that he just caught an absolute monster. So he weighed it, got an official weight on it, and everything was all IGFA legal. So this is a certified record. This bass was 21 pounds and 4 ounces. And that's the 5th biggest largemouth bass to ever be caught. And coming in at number 4, on March 4th in 1980, Ray Easley, who lived in Fullerton, California, was out fishing on Lake Casitas in Southern California's Ventura County. And he was with 2 other of his fishing buddies, and they were using live crawfish, which seems to be a trend over there in California when it comes to big bass. They were fishing at about 15 to 20 feet of water, and they were fishing right next to a buoy. Now his friends' names were John Pearson and Leo Smallwood. Now both of them have casted to the right side of this buoy, and they didn't get any bites. So Ray decided that he was gonna cast over to the left side of the buoy, see if there was a bass hanging out over on that side. And right before he did it, he looked over to his 2 fishing buddies and he said, "I'll bet there's a big one lying right over there." And then he casted. So he casted it out, he let it drop all the way down to the bottom, again 15 to 20 feet. And now John Pearson, he's kind of new to fishing with live crawfish. He's only done it a few times, so he's not a professional. So Ray is kind of giving him a lesson on what to do, when to set the hook. And right as he's talking to John about this, he sees a little twitch on his line. So this is happening to him all while he is still explaining this to John on when to set the hook and what to do. So he said to John, he said, "Do you see that? He's got it good now. And in a few more feet, I'll set the hook." That was literally a history-making fishing lesson. That guy's got the best guide to learn fishing from. So after a few more feet, couple more seconds, he drove the barb of the size 4 bait holder hook into the mouth of the biggest bass landed anywhere on this earth in the last 48 years. And he fought this fish for 20 whole minutes. And of course, everybody on the boat was panicking and freaking out. And when they got it up onto the boat and weighed it, it came back to 21 pounds, 3 1/5 ounces. So instantly, that set a new California record for this species. Obviously, it established a new Lake Casitas record, and it fell just over 1 pound short of the world record, which is obviously George Perry's, which we will get to later in this video. Now, he was using 8-pound test Stren line, a Fenwick Lunker stick rod, and a Garcia 5500C bait casting reel. He was fishing in the deep cat area of the lake, where a few weeks before, he had noted some brush sticking above the surface of the water. And so he put that in his mind, remembered that spot, went back there where the buoy was, and he caught this massive fish. Now, this fish was 27 5/8 inches in length, and the girth was 25 3/4 inches. And on a certified digital readout scale at the corner market, which is where he got it officially weighed and where the record was officially certified and given to him, which was 1.5 miles south of Lake Casitas, the fish weighed 21 pounds, 3 1/5 ounces. If you're wondering what happens when you catch one of the biggest bass ever caught on Earth, you're instantly famous. 2 days after he caught this bass, he said his phone was ringing nonstop. He was doing interviews left and right. Everybody knew him and was reaching out to him, and he was getting offers for merchandise by tackle firms and sponsorships. But he said, more than anything else, I'm just happy I caught the fish. So yeah, that's the story of Ray Easley and the 4th biggest largemouth bass to ever be caught.
Here in Wisconsin, we get some pretty nasty winters with deep snow that cover everything in a single night. And if you're anything like me, you don't have the extra time to remove it. Or maybe you own some businesses and the grass grows too fast and it's just hard to add that chore on top of everything else that you're already dealing with. So whether it's snow removal, lawn installation, property maintenance, mowing, BJ's Landscape and Maintenance can literally do it all. So if you guys are in the Shawano or Green Bay, Wisconsin area or the surrounding areas and you're ready to give yourselves the break you deserve and finally relax a little bit, make sure to give Brad a call with the number you see on the screen here. And I personally know Brad and I know that he does an amazing job on every job that he takes. So if you guys need a hand with any of the services listed, then Brad is your guy. Thanks for listening. Back to the video.
Coming in at number 3. Now, this one might shock some of you guys. In a couple seconds, you're gonna come to realize that the guy I'm talking about is an absolute beast. He's a beast. So this is the only person in the entire world to have 2 out of 5 of the biggest fish ever caught on Earth. He's in the top 5 2 times. And of course, this is none other than Robert Crupi, also known as Bob Crupi. We talked about him a couple fish ago when he caught a 21-pound bass. Now, he caught a 22-pound bass. He caught this on March 12th in 1991, which is just less than a year from when he caught the 21-pound bass. And not to mention, he caught it in the same lake, Castiac Lake in California, just north of Los Angeles. And now he caught 4 certified IGFA records out of this lake. He's got the men's 2-pound line class, which he caught a 14-pound 12-ounce bass on 2-pound test. He caught a 14-pound bass on 2-pound test. I know that drag was going crazy. He also has the men's 4-pound line class, which he caught a 17-pound and 1-ounce bass on, the men's 12-pound line class, which was the 21-pounder, and now the men's 16-pound line class record, which was 22 pounds. And that catch just fell 4 ounces short of the IGFA all-tackle world record largemouth bass. And this still remains one of the most impressive freshwater catches in history. Like, this guy is an absolute legend and a great fisherman. And he chose to release this massive fish because it was a female, and he released it back in the hopes that it would spawn again, and so other people could have a chance to catch bass that get just that big. Now, unfortunately, he did pass away in 2023, but he is still remembered for his lasting influence on fishing. Rest in peace to Robert Crupi, absolute legend fisherman, and still to this day, he holds records that have still not been broken. All of the records I just listed, plus 2 of the top 5, is all Robert Crupi's. So his name will probably never fade. Guy was a beast. And coming in at number 2. Now, this one is the craziest that we have on this list. And it's definitely gonna shock some people when I say this. So we know George Perry has the official world record for the largest largemouth bass ever caught back in 1932 in Georgia. And that record stood for 77 years until 2009. 2009 was a historical year for bass fishermen all over the world, literally all over the world, because on July 9th, 2009, Manabu Kurita was fishing Lake Biwa in Japan. This lake is located northeast of Kyoto in Japan, and it is Japan's largest freshwater lake. This lake has become a bass fishing hotspot over the years. Largemouth bass, they're not native to Japan. They were introduced back in 1920. And because of its mild winters, the abundant bait fish that swim around there, the deep structures, it literally provides the perfect environment for bass to live long and grow really, really big. So this is a very well known and very popular lake to go and target bass over in Japan, which I had no idea about until I just did research for this video. I did not know Japan had bass, but that's really neat. Now, Kurita was using a live bluegill as bait, and he was fishing in an area full of underwater trees and a bunch of brush with a live bluegill. Now, he used a depth sidewinder HGC 70HF for a rod, and for a reel, he used a Shimano Antares DC7. So obviously, he felt the bite, he set the hook, and the fight only lasted 3 minutes. So I guarantee you this guy felt how big it was, and he just rushed to get that sucker in. He did not want to lose that fish in all of those trees and brush. I don't even blame him. Now here's where it gets kind of messy and confusing and shocking. So George Perry's bass was 22.4 pounds, and Manabu Kurita's bass was 22.5 pounds. 22.5. But he does not have the world record. Even though his bass is 1 ounce bigger, they are tied for the largest bass ever caught. And that is because IGFA has very strict regulations that you need to meet in order to get a certified record. And one of those stipulations is that the fish you catch needs to be at least 2 ounces bigger than the previous record. So even though his fish was bigger than George Perry's, it was only by 1 ounce, and that does not qualify it to be an official world record. So right now, they are both tied for the biggest bass ever caught. But for some reason, I never really hear about Manabu's. I only hear about George's. So I think giving it some exposure would be pretty cool for him. But yeah, that sucks. Imagine you catch that fish and you don't get the first place world record because of 1 ounce. Oh, that would just be heartbreaking. I feel bad for him. But hey, he's still tied. He still has the world record, just not first place. And coming in at number 1. In 1932, George Washington Perry was a 20-year-old farmer living in the rural country of Georgia. Back in 1932, this was in the depths of the Great Depression. So going out and fishing was more than just going out and having fun. It was a reliable way to get food. And back then, food was difficult to come by, so this was a nice and simple way to put food on the table. And now spring that year, it was really wet and it rained all the time. And on this particular day, June 2nd, the fields were too soggy for him to go and work. So Perry and his friend Jack set out for Montgomery Lake to do some fishing. Now they had a homemade boat that they used, so they made that by hand and they fished in it. They brought 1 rod, 1 reel, 1 lure for both of them. And so each of them would take turns casting it while the other one rowed the boat. So they didn't even both have rods. It was just one, they shared it, and they went on and off and took turns. While they were fishing, Perry noticed a disturbance right next to his stump, kind of in the shallow parts of the water up by the bank, and so he made a cast at it, like any fisherman would do. He said he doesn't really remember the details all that well, but all he remembered was that the water splashed everywhere, and he does remember setting the hook and trying to reel it in, but nothing moved. It would not budge. So he thought for sure that he lost the fish. He thought it dove down around that stump and got him caught. And he had no idea how big the fish was. He didn't really care about losing it. He was more worried about losing the lure, because that was the only lure that he had that day. And that was a creek chub fintail shiner. So if they lost that, their day of fishing would be over with. But fortunately, the lure was not hung up. And the moment the fish moved, Perry just got that sucker in. It was a brief battle, didn't take too long until the world record bass was in the boat. Now, they had no idea that this bass was a record of any kind, because back in those days, there wasn't internet or anything that you could just look it up. And really, there wasn't even records either. Like, that was not a thing back then. All he knew was that this bass was the biggest bass that he had ever seen. And the first thing he thought was how nice of a chunk of meat this will be to take home and eat. But before they did that, before they took it home and ate it, They stopped at the nearest town, which is Helena, and they pulled into JJ Hall's general store. And they just wanted to show this fish off to anybody who would care, anybody who would listen. And now Hall was actually working, and he pulled out a tape measure and he measured the bass. And it measured 32.5 inches long and 28.5 inches in girth. Holy smokes. That's a really big fish. So once they realized how big this fish was, they took it to the post office to get an official weight on it on certified scales, and it registered at 22 pounds and 4 ounces. And somebody ended up telling him about the Field and Stream Big Fish Contest, and so he decided to enter his fish into this contest. And so after that, he took the fish home and he cooked it up for his family of 6. And of course, a few days later, Perry won the Field and Stream contest. And for a prize, he won a shotgun, he won some shells for that shotgun, and some clothes, which was $75 worth of outdoors gear in total back then. Now, it would be 2 years before the catch was recognized as a world record. And that's when Field and Stream reviewed their contest records and decided that Perry's catch belonged on the top of the largemouth bass category. And so that same year, Perry won the annual contest again, this time with a 13-pound 14-ounce bass taken from Georgia's Altamaha River. And now, unfortunately for Perry, it would be a very sad end in 1974 when he was on a plane. He was flying this plane and it ended up crashing into a side of a mountain in Birmingham, where he sadly passed away. And so years later, once bass fishing really took off and blew up as a sport, IGFA later took this record and certified it as the world record for the biggest largemouth bass ever caught. And now obviously there is controversy surrounding this because it was so long ago. There is no like certified pictures of this bass. There's some floating around that could be it, but nobody really knows for sure. So there's a lot of questions, but nonetheless, it remains at the top of the list for the biggest bass ever caught. And that's all I got for you guys today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. That was the 5 biggest bass ever caught. And don't forget to go grab your hats and you will be entered into the giveaway. And yeah, we got a lot of big plans this summer, a lot of cool videos coming up that I get to film. Yeah, just want to thank you guys for subscribing and watching the videos. Really means a lot and I appreciate you guys. So stay tuned. We have a new video dropping every Sunday at noon. So yeah, get ready. It's going to be a great summer unless this wildfire smoke continues. Then it will not be. But hopefully it clears up. That's all I got for you guys today. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. And until next time, this is Double G Bassin signing out. Peace!